Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Reddit Reacts. This week is mildly infuriating. Let's go down to the top 15 of the last year. It's been a while since I've looked at this subreddit. One thing that's not infuriating is the fact that they're numbered, which is so much better than a lot of other subreddits. But yeah, let's go down to number 15. Number 15, $5,000 is still out of reach of most families. The reason It's a Wonderful Life 1946 holds up so well is that George's line, "You know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000," has somehow not aged slightly. I know that that feeling. It's that long ago, 75 years, and still it is a lot to save up 5,000 just to. That is really annoying. Number 14. What the actual fuck? Cancel all student debt right now. Hundreds of baby boomers are taking classes at university in Minnesota as part of its senior citizen education program, and all for just $10 per credit. How can they warrant doing that but still charge as much as they do normally? How can they? That shows how much people are getting ripped off. If senior education could just go, you know what, it's cheap, even though they're the ones that have had jobs and have lived this long to gain the money to do this, instead of just coming right out of college and going, money please, instead of, that's infuriating. Out of everyone that has money, it's not people that have just left college or school. Okay, number 13. Ever wonder what top of Everest looks like? Jesus, that's mental. So many flags. So many people have gone there, and I wonder if that is actually the very top of Everest. I would doubt it's the very, very top, and more just at the base of the summit. Because yeah, with a wide angle lens, you can make it look like you are on the top and nothing's higher than you. So that could actually be at the summit, but still, it's disgusting. Why, even when there was half as much shit up there, would you go, right, I'm going to put this down and leave? Why would you? How did it even get to that state? How crappy of a human being do you have to be to get up to the top of Everest and go, that's a big pile of shit, here's a flag. Just leave it. Oh, sometimes it just beggars belief. Number 12, look at this jerk of a landlord. The awkward moment when your thermostat is actually just hanging on a nail and doesn't control the temperature. Jesus, that is mental. Oh, so you can't actually, it gives you the false hope of being able to control the temperature. That is a dick move by the landlord there. Number 11, a caretaker stole my grandpa's old Rolex before he died. I was supposed to have it. So a caretaker stole, how? Oh, so just when he was, okay, so just before he died, it was stolen. I don't know how close to just before, but still, that was a dick move. But if they know it was a caretaker, they should know who it was that did it. Surely, if they narrowed it down to a caretaker, there's usually a list. You can usually get a list of them that are employed there and work out who it was, instead of just going, oh, this. I'm just going to go to Reddit. This is really, really annoying. You could have worked out who that was, because in the end, it's a crime. It's theft. It's property theft. Instead of taking a picture and sticking it on Reddit, that should be sorted out, and you should have the Rolex. That's the annoying part. Number 10, men's beach handball team's uniform versus the women's uniform. Yeah, there's a lot of handball, beach ball, volleyball, that kind of thing is beach volleyball. Yeah, I don't get why. Especially now. Why the guy's not wearing hardly anything? Because if anything, more clothes is more limiting and restricts your movement. So it's less that why aren't the women wearing more? It's why aren't the guys wearing less? Because it's more beneficial to wear what the women are wearing, because you get more movement and more skill comes out, instead of being limited by wearing shorts instead of like Speedos. Number 9, before and after. Yeah, it's down to the owner of the wall, because you can get the permission of the person that owns it to do artwork on, and it's perfectly legal when you can do it normally. But it won't last forever, which is sometimes the good thing about graffiti and that kind of artwork, is that it's not forever. But the dick move is sticking dicks all over it. Yes, you may have had permission by the previous owner, but you can see it's for lease now, so they're selling it, so they want to make it more sellable. So it's now a clean canvas for you to put dicks on. No, the person, you're just affecting the person that's selling it, selling the wall and the building, because previously they were that much of a cool guy that they actually allowed you to do it to begin with. Backward logic much? But now you've got a clean canvas that you can put other artwork on, instead of just being a dick and putting dicks on the wall. Why would you do that? Instead of putting better, no, not better artwork, I'm not saying the other artwork was shit, it's not bad artwork, but putting more good artwork on that wall. Change of, like, sometimes, the reason I don't really buy many like posters and pieces of art like that is because eventually it becomes boring. It becomes the same old picture that you see constantly. It blends into the background. If you can change it up constantly, then that's better. It's always something new, fresh, not the same piece of artwork over again. So them cleaning that wall is more, you can now put loads more new artwork on it, instead of someone just going, this used to have artwork on it, let's put loads of cocks on it, which it should be. This wall used to have loads of artwork on it. Open wall for now, for putting more artwork. Number 8. I'm just trying to refund 2 tickets. So you're ringing up American Airlines themselves. You have to go through all that to cancel 2 tickets. Yeah, cancelling tickets is so much more of a headache to any other thing you could possibly cancel. Airplane tickets are the worst annoying things to cancel, because before COVID happened, I was supposed to go on holiday, but I had to cancel. I couldn't go. Also, there was other problems with the airline company that I was using going under, so you probably know which one they were. But yeah, cancelling the tickets, I think I rang up the actual company 3 times and my bank 4 times for them to finally bank to do a Visa refund, because I didn't get the product I was paying for. They didn't actually refund, the airline themselves didn't give me the ticket back, the money for the ticket back. You had to get a refund through your bank themselves to get it refunded. It's stupid. Airlines are the worst for cancelling. Anything else, you can cancel immediately, basically. Unless you've already if it's already on its way to you, you can't. Unless it's arrived, and then you can go, okay, it's the wrong item, or whatever like that. But tickets are usually easy to cancel, in my experience. Grain of salt, in my experience. Number 7, it's just dry heat. To those who say, oh my gosh, at least Vegas has a dry heat, I got branded by goddamn Penny that was chilling out on the front seat. I have Abraham Lincoln scar on my leg. It's a dry heat, but it means that it's still a heat. It's still heating up metal objects around you. Don't care if it's a dry heat or not. In the UK, it gets very muggy. Not a dry heat in the UK. Any heat is a heat. Don't care what you say about it. And in the UK, you go, yes, it gets hot, but we don't have air conditioning because it doesn't get hot often. Don't go, oh, it was only this degrees here. It was this much higher degrees over where I am. So what? You sitting inside with your aircon on? We don't have aircon in the UK. We very rarely have aircon in the UK because we don't get that heat often. UK buildings are made to keep in heat because it's much colder here. If there's suddenly a heat wave, we are suddenly boiling in our houses because we don't have aircon, because it's usually cold, but it's usually not cold enough that it snows. It's just on that borderline of it being very cold but not quite freezing temperatures, which is why when it also snows here, we don't have snowplows because it never hardly snows here. And when it snows, suddenly the whole country shuts down because we don't get snow often enough to warrant buying snowplows. Like, we don't have hot enough temperatures in the summer to warrant buying aircon throughout the whole year. It's always situational to where you are, and other people in the world don't realise that Just because it's 10 degrees, 20 degrees hotter where you are, doesn't mean that it's now a lot colder where the person is now just having heat stroke. No, it doesn't work that way. Just because you're sat inside in aircon doesn't mean that suddenly the outside temperature that you're not sat in is suddenly so much more worse than the other person that's got 20-degree hotter inside temperatures than you. And also they're not used to those temperatures. If you're constantly in hot temperatures, you're used to hot temperatures. Shut up. If you're in a cold country that suddenly is really hot, you're not used to it. You just stop trying to belittle everyone's point of view because your point of view is slightly more hotter in temperature when you're not even in that temperature. Number 6 was just trying to help the driver. Whoa, that's mighty generous of you, but tips can't be more than 50% of your food's total. So they're limiting tips. They're limiting how much you can tip. Okay, well, tipping culture is much different in the UK as well. So we don't tip much because we actually pay our staff working wage. We pay them enough money that we don't need the tips. Tips are supposed to be on top of a living wage, not you have to get tips to be able to live, which is stupid in America. Why can your restaurants not afford to pay unless your servers get tips? Why can you not afford to have that staff member unless they get tips? Why not get the staff you can afford and then tips are on top as a bonus like they're supposed to be? Why? And then limit them like this, limit them to how much they can get in tips. What? Oh, and then there's the companies that just take the tips for themselves and don't give them to the person that actually got the tips. Yeah, number 5. Oh, there's a lot of hot takes in this video. Sorry if any of this has rubbed you the wrong way, but it's my opinion, I suppose. Let me know down below if you think the same, or if you disagree with what I'm saying. Just put it down in the comment section below. Yeah, number 5. Kids are having fun with friends, so neighbour reported to HOA and they must be running a childcare. This is not a daycare, I just have kids and they like to play with their neighbours' kids. So they thought there's so many kids there that they must be running a daycare and reported it. But it's actually that they just have kids and their friends come over. And the neighbours' kids come over. There's a nosy ass neighbour as well. Going, oh, there's a lot of kids coming through here. I'm going to report this. Shut up, Karen. No, they aren't running a daycare, a childcare service. They just have kids and there's neighbours' kids and maybe their kids have friends that come over. So it's their kids, friends and neighbours' kids. That's it. Number 4. Avoiding feeding hungry kids. It baffles me that schools would throw away kids' food or deny them a hot lunch because of the inability to pay. But COVID hits and now my country provides 6 full meals a week to any kids under 18 years old, enrolled or not. They will always have the ability to feed kids, they just didn't want to. Yeah, they could always feed them, but out of COVID they could. I don't know what they're saving because COVID to make them be able to afford this, if there's anything like that that's going on. So because of COVID there's less money spent elsewhere that they can now put into this. That could be going on. So this whole feeding the kids could just be that they're saving money elsewhere, that they don't need to put as much money into now that everyone's locked down. That because they're saving that money, they can put it into other things. That could be the case. Not sure if it is, and they always had this money, but it could be the case. If you don't do I haven't done my research, I don't know. If you don't do your research, then it could seem weird like that. Number 3, my grandma's lunch at a senior living residence, that's $3K a month. Residents can't go to the dining room to eat because they don't have enough staff, so it's deliveries only. And that's all they get. That's $3K a month they're spending. And they don't have enough staff, so it's deliveries only. Yeah, right, they don't have enough staff. Their staff must be getting paid a lot for that. I'd like to know where their money's going. Senior living residents, so it could all be going on heating, I suppose. I've been in a lot of warm rooms. I did some charity work at a a retirement home, and you'd never wear a jumper there, that's for sure. Number 2, eating in public as a celebrity. Yep, lots of paps, fans, people wanting to sign their dog. Sometimes with celebrities, it's really tough just to go anywhere and have any kind of normality, especially as if someone sees you, they're immediately putting you on a Facebook page that monitors your movement for them people to come and swarm and try and find you. It's so awkward being a celebrity at all, because as soon as someone recognizes you and says that they recognize you, there's been hundreds of other people that have recognized you and not said anything, and then there's always that out of that 100, one of those people have posted where you are. Just put yourself in their shoes. They just went out for some food. They don't need to go through 8 Sharpies worth of ink to sign autographs, chests, dogs' faces, to take pictures with you, just because they wanted some food. That's why, like, celebrities get a lot of flack for all the pictures you see of like on Instagram and stuff like that, and videos and like their personal vlogs and stuff like that of them ordering food in. They have to order so much food in because they can't go anywhere. They can't go to the grocery store. They can't go to a restaurant because of you. because they just get swarmed, and it's not a nice place to be for them. Number 1, roommate throws away dishes so he won't have to do them. I brought all of our dishes and silverware, so they're chucking away. Okay. So instead of washing up, they're throwing away the stuff that you brought. It's less of a dick move to just not do it and leave it by the sink. How can just not doing the dishes and leaving them in the kitchen be the less of a dick move? Didn't think it was possible. How can just leaving them and never doing them, but throwing them away, so much worse, especially as you didn't buy them. If you brought them, then yeah, it's up to you. But in fact, you weren't even the one that contributed to the cost of them, and then you're just throwing them away. Just buy some paper plates, man. Don't just buy your own paper plates. Let the person that actually brought the dishes that you're not going to wash up use them and wash them up themselves, and then you just chuck your own in the bin. Don't be a dick. But yeah, that was the top post of the last year on mildly infuriating. A lot of them were very infuriating for me. I may have ranted a little bit on some of them, but let me know if you agreed with me on them down in the comment section below. But yeah, also if you have any recommendations of any subreddits you want me to see me look at, put them down there as well. And if you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll be in the description feed next time. I will see you later, guys. Bye.